In the aftermath of Harvey, everyone understands that reconstruction is going to take months, maybe years. We've all seen stories of the people who've suffered losses that's going to make normal impossible for them, maybe forever. I know that with me, you're both haunted and moved, and sometimes inspired by strangers who've taken astounding risks to make life better for people they don't even know. I'm thinking about the bystanders who formed a human chain to rescue a woman in labor from her flooded apartment. I'm thinking about the macho redneck guy, that's what the newscasters called him, the macho redneck guy who piloted his rescue boat with one hand and with the other held the hand of an 85-year-old woman who had lost everything. I'm thinking about the career police officer whose wife told him to stay home, but in a magnificent self-sacrifice he said he had a job to do and set out to do it and never returned. Last week I talked and cried with a man that I deeply admire, a man who with his wife and family had adopted 3 siblings from the foster care system. To say that they're having a rough time would be a severe understatement. These kids, they say horrible things to their loving parents. They run away with regularity. They look for easy answers, which we know have absolutely malignant long-term potential. These kids, they are resisting their own rescue with a vengeance. It seems that their waters are not receding. These kids, and others like them who've been abused by the people that they love the most, kids who've been left to fend for themselves by parents who've escaped into drugs, kids who have everything they know and everything they hold dear removed from them at a moment's notice, these kids are victims of their own Class 5 Harveys. The honest odds are that, particularly with these older kids who've been in the system a while, the honest odds are that they're going to get pregnant, do something that lands them in jail, and spend time homeless. The odds are that they'll have PTSD as surely as if they were a veteran of war. The odds are that they're going to have trouble making emotional connections for their whole entire lives. At CASA, together, we are called to intervene. We cannot make the emotional hurricane a child has suffered not matter. We can find each young person a home where they're safe and loved, and yet the personally devastating hurricane that they've lived through may make normal very hard to recover. Many of you have asked about CASA, if our kids are okay, what you can do to help. We love you for asking that. Truthfully, we don't have needs that are specifically related to the events of Harvey. If we do, we'll come back and ask you for help in a moment. But while many of our kids have been relocated, CPS is taking care of the families, and our advocates are watching every child to make sure that that child is okay. So I'm not going to ask you for anything to help us with Harvey recovery. But our work goes on. About 6 kids come into the foster care system every week. They're coming into the foster care system at a rate 38% higher than they were last year. We struggle to continue providing volunteers for every one of these children, and yet with your help, we do. We are committed to helping these kids reconstruct their lives. In the upcoming year, we want to do more than ever to help the older kids in particular, all the kids but the older ones in particular, those who have been rescued but can't seem to get their lives back. We want to help them in ways that we know, and we want to help them in ways that we have not yet thought of. Our work goes on. We appreciate you helping these kids reconstruct their lives, often at substantial cost to yourself. We appreciate your volunteering, your donations, you funding activities to recruit and train volunteers to change these kids' lives. In my opinion, you guys are the best human chain ever. Our work goes on. Thank you for helping kids who've lost everything in their personal storm of abuse to find safe new homes. Thank you for helping these kids with their struggle to find a new normal, to move forward, and to find a glimpse of joy in their new lives. Thank you.